welcome. Make yourself at home.
Seeing these High Republic ruins with my own eyes. How do you go back to the Academy after that?
Not something I expected to hear from a historian.
I didn't expect it either. Originally, I couldn't wait to wall myself into a library. Why visit one dig site when you could read about 30, right?
So what made you decide to leave?
It is hard to describe, but the more I learned, the more I wanted to get my hands dirty and live it. Not just read about it on a calf-stained terminal, you know? Hey.
So how did you end up on the wrong side of the law?
After my studies, I worked in the Republic Tax Collection Agency, investigating revenue disputes.
You were a tax collector? Sounds pretty legitimate so far.
Drearily legitimate. But it did introduce me to a steady procession of people desperate for things to shake out in their favor, so to speak.
And you helped them out, for a price.
Yes. But my fee was nothing compared to the price they paid at the hands of a corrupt system.
Whatever you say, Moran.
Talk later, hmm?
Hey, Cal. You notice any new changes?
You get a new tool belt?
No, silly. The second floor. Fresh and newly open for business.
I thought the roof was falling in.
Monk's been busy. And from the sound of that sweet ride outside, so have you.
Yeah, I should probably find Grace.
Well, I'll be scoping out the renovations up top. You should too. Great to see you.
Hey, Monk.
Good to see you, Cal.
What happened with the Cantina's previous owner?
Like I said, blaster poisoning. He used to run a smuggling ring. Raiders took a cut, and one day, the owner shorted them. He crossed the wrong raider, and...
Is there a right raider?
Fair point. You catch on quick.
See you later, Monk.
Can't talk now. Byloons needs me.
Seems like you and Doma have some history.
That's right. She took me in, showed me around, hid me, 'cause I was on the run, Cal.
On the run, huh? What'd you do?
The heist of the century. Every bounty hunter in the galaxy was after me.
You pulled off a heist?
Is that so hard to believe?
Well, yeah.
And that's how I pulled it off. No one thinks much of me around here, so they never see me coming. They never see me coming. And that's when I get them.
We're off to a pretty good start here, buddy.
It's a pleasure to have you. Welcome. Take a look, you'll find the finest components and sundries this side of the Outer Rim. Now that's a Domodendra guarantee.
Hear that, buddy? A guarantee.
That's right, shop's built on trust and quality, and I aim to keep it that way. Grease ever tell you the story of how we met?
No, let's hear it.
Oh, he first landed, talking dreams of taking over a cantina. I begged him as just another prior-eye vulture. Someone who comes out of nowhere, turns a credit from a few suckers and skips town. Of course, when I saw him putting real care into the cantina, well, I knew we were cut from the same cloth.
Pyloon's is as important to him as the Mantis. That's why he named it after his great-grandma.
That's right, you stick with Grease. He's one of the good ones. Just don't tell him I said that.
Your secret's safe with me.
Ah, you got a keen eye for good product.
That right?
Yep, but you know, the product, that's only part of the sale. You're also buying what's behind it.
What do you mean?
Well, every item has a story. One that carries from owner to owner. The history persists, embedded inside every object. You can find it in a chipped cup, or a greasy handprint on a towel, even. They all remind you that someone was here once.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
All goods acquired completely legally, thank you very much. Yeah, some good-for-nothing raider triggered the security on my storeroom door, and now it's locked shut. Maybe your little droid can use this encrypted backup code to get it open? My goodness, you unlocked it. Feel free to take whatever you can make use of.
Good chance to focus on my equipment.
Glad you were able to clear that building full of roller mines. Whole thing was a powder keg.
A lot of raider activity these days. How you two holding up?
Us?
We're always
Yeah,
fine.
we're fine. It's the others I worry about.
You do? That's kind of you.
Yeah, we worry that if they keep being such cowards, they'll be dead by tomorrow.
And then we'll have no one left to make fun of.
To be honest, that's really what gets us through the day.
Mocking Turgle's like drinking water.
And shaking our heads at that whiny slump Moran.
I'm starting to feel better already.
I guess some things never change.
And that's how we like it.
So long.
Huh?
Hey, you! You're the one taking shots at the raiders, right?
That's me.
Bad idea. The raiders have got eyes all over the Reach.
Took down that watchtower, if that's what you're referring to.
Oh, yeah? Well, let's hope there aren't any consequences for the rest of us.
Hello there. 20 cycles ago, heard this town was nothing but a few shacks.
Now look at it.
Yeah, sometimes I wish I could go back there, see what it was really like to rough it.
You could always head into the wilderness and start your own town.
I think I'll stay here, thanks.
out to protect me.
Try dodging that. We've got this. Face the Empire's strength. I have faltered. You can't beat me.
Let's fight together.
Fight with me.
Get down! Pursuing the intruder. Hit the enemy. After him! I think I'm done.
I need something, buddy. Fight by my side.
Attack now. Get off the unit. Don't let him into sustaining damage.
Rolling, but not moving. Is that just... Someone's here.
I'm hit. I need help. Another sim. Gulu, Guido, what's going on?
Just bemoaning the sorry state of affairs in this place.
What did the Raiders do this time?
No, not them. We were talking about how things ain't like the good old days.
When we started out here, life was grand.
The place was nearly empty.
Barely anyone to bother you.
Sounds like paradise.
Well, it's the way of the galaxy. The only constant is change, and everything gets worse with time.
Yeah, and there's always one Turgle everywhere you go. So long.
Ah, you troublemaker.
need to clear my mind.
Here for the soundscape, too?
Hey, back. I heard there was someone collecting samples up here.
That's right, man. Dee Dee's been all over these glider calls.
Oh, it sounded great. You know, Kailoon Saloon down in the outpost is starving for some live entertainment.
Might not be a bad call. Dee Dee swore one of those beasts gave him some side-eye. Yeah, we're in. We'll catch you back at the outpost.
See you there?
Dee Dee and I are just gonna finish up here. Chill, Dee Dee. I ain't rushing you.
Toss it! BD, here! Systems damage! feeling so great, BD.
Where are you going? Look at the...
Try harder. Argue has mobility. Just try it. Larger puzzle.
Right here, bud.
That's it. Got this.
BD! Help, please. Thanks so much, buddy.
Jump!
Perhaps there's something we could do for you in return.
Hello? Hello?
Someone help us. What my frazzled associate is trying to communicate is that we would prefer to die out here.
I don't suppose you can deal with this, creature? We seem to be trapped.
This is just perfect. I told you we should have hired a guide.
a show! Come here, my warrior friend.
I haven't seen such fighting since the championship.
We are in your debt.
What are you doing out here?
We were out looking for the biggest, strongest beasts to fight each other. Winner take all. Within our Holotactics game table, of course.
Holotactics, huh?
That's right. And you have just helped us gather beastly data for our game. Just as soon as we find a place to set up shop, of course.
My friend might be interested. He runs Pyloon Saloon.
Ah, yes. The saloon at Rambler's Reach.
That dump? I didn't realize it was open. Well, tell you what. We're more than happy to bring Holotactics to Pyloons. Could liven up the place. Let us make haste, Tully Moo.
All things in their own time, Bhima.
See you around. All right, let's go.
Here we go.
Attack him quickly! Don't let up! I'll make you regret it!
Right here, BD.
scanning for enemies. Haven't you been... Target spotted.
Thanks for the help.
Yeah!
Fight together.
A wound is just a wound. Get back. What's this? Firewood. Well, hey there, traveler.
Hi there.
Don't mind the beast. She don't like strangers. The mountain don't neither. You be careful.
I'll try. Thanks.
Prospector's Folly, we call it. Pretty treacherous. Crawling with all kinds of dangers.
Sounds like our kind of place.
There's stuff beyond these crags that make your blood run cold.
Oh, we could tell you some stories.
What's your name, lad? If I'm to hold a grudge, best to know the name.
I'm Cal. This is BD1.
My bantam old mum dubbed me Scuba Stev. Scuba the Fisher, am I?
You know, there's a fish tank down in Pyloon Saloon that could use some attention.
Pylon Saloon? That labyrinth-infested watering hole down in yon valley.
All right. Did I ask?
Ah, fine, twist my arm. I'll do it. Meet me at the saloon and we'll appraise this so-called tank. So, you wish to prick up your ears and receive the tale of Scuba?
If you're sharing stories, we'll listen.
Then you be a fool, my lad. A sordid tale will bring you nothing but grief and woe.
Okay, well, if you're not sharing stories, we'll...
Oh, fine, I'll tell you. At your own insistence, and at your own peril. My story begins in a small village on the frozen banks of Tar, my home world. Nights black as quillfish in it. Winters so cold, a stern look could turn you to glass.
Doesn't sound like the easiest place to grow up.
Difficult, aye. From the moment your mother's milk froze on your tongue to the moment you foundered upon frozen streets. You see, the fishes, they had the right of it. They dwelt far below the ice, where warm currents danced like ribbons in the wind. To fish so scarce a quarry, on account of the great fish famine, well, it's nae a mild undertaking. But for all me belly-aching now, there's a peaceful enough life for a wee Sicarian with an instinct for the rod.
So you discovered your talent early.
Such a talent was I, that as a lad, nae hardly sported my first prickly chin hair. I was given an audience with Undone. But that be a tale for another time. Where were we? Ah, yes. By virtue of my prodigious fishing talents, I was taken to see the mysterious one they call Undone. I can see it still. Wee Scuba, ushered into yon black-mouthed cave. I could barely make out the figure, glinting with moonlight. I scrubbed my eyes, like a old tar scrubbing the deck. And there she was, a vast creature. Great tentacles blooming from her blubber, like cables gorging on a fuel tank. One of the tentacles twitched into the air, just over my head, and then, wham! Right on the noggin, so I'm told. I staggered out the cave like a lover first acquainted with a deck. But something else happened. I think when that fell tentacle struck me, Undone took something straight out to me brain and put something else in.
She put something in your brain?
Aye, boy. The subtle art of catching a fish. The art of focus. And in the dark, with nothing but the bristles on your chin for company, that focus is special. From that day forward, when I plunged my line into the frigid waters, it would emerge with a fish. 3 times out of 7.
That's less than half.
My village told me that I'd be the one to save them from the great fish famine. Little did I know that the grapnel was soon to arrive on our shores.
Gonna assume that's a bad thing.
Perhaps, lad. And perhaps not.
But that'll be a story for another time. The tale continues. When we last spoke, I warned of the grapnel's arrival. That great ship came descending on us like an anchor cutting it deep. Ne'er a more fearsome ship did you clamp eye on. She was sharp, like a fish, like the nose of a bony fish. She had 3 great claws. Aye, the landing gear. But when her great jaws parted, the loading ramp. Will you hush and let Scuba tell the story? Her great jaws parted, disgorging her dread crew. A more vile pack of fisher folk you never did see. And led by the vilest of them all, Captain One-Yick Wet, the bearded, bezel-less bat that he intended to fish in our waters. Trophy hunters they were, in search of the most rare catches. Well, we Sicavians refused. We had the great famine to contend with, see? Every fish was precious. But the ferocious captain didn't care for our troubles. With a belch, he produced from his creel a mighty harpoon. Wait, cried wee Scuba, hopping off of his rock. I know these waters like the taste of my own tongue. There'll be few fish beneath yon ice. But, continued I, if you take me with you, and if you leave my village be, I could show you how to coax the rarest of fishes onto your line. Aye. The dread captain stroked his briny beard. After a long moment, he held out his hand and grinned most terribly. Lad, said he, you be in luck. I'll be requiring another for my crew, one who knows the curve of the sea. Oh, Cal. If I could only go back to that moment when I shook Captain Wet's rigid hand. If only I'd never stepped off my wee rock. But my encounter with Undan had given me a taste for the unknown. I couldn't resist the call of adventure, and I had to save my people. So, I left with the grapnel, thinking the business done. I would be a fisher for Captain Wet. Of course, my adventure had only begun. For just when the grapnel hit orbit...
More trouble, I take it?
But I've havered on long enough. Come back another time and I'll tell you more. So, you wish to hear of a time on the grapnel with the crew of the dread Captain One-Yick Wet?
Let's hear it.
Aye. My tenure began with quite a bump. The moment the grapnel hit orbit, her claxons began to sing. A barrack ship full of lawful types swam out to the stars and hailed us. What be the meaning of this? Growled our captain. We're simple fisher folk. Your transponder codes tell a different tale, came the reply. You be standing on stolen property, you do. You've rightful caught us, said the captain. Come on aboard, and I'll surrender what was stolen. But scarcely had the lubbers set foot on the deck of the grapnel, when wham! The captain's harpoon skewered them like a quailfish on a spit. Now you can't do that when you're running line, can you? Said the captain to me, grinning in his foulsome way. I'm sorry to say that I picked up the harpoon that black day. For years, I did not toss a fish back into the sea when I caught her. Well, that is until... blubbered you to death. I'll continue my tale soon, lad. Aye. So we returned to my time on the grapnel. Against the protestations of my heart, I forsook the rod and line for the harpoon. For years, we trawled the outer rim, spearing every fish that happened across our path. Talented as I was, I speared more fish than the rest of the crew. Put together, fool as I was, I didn't have the wisdom to be ashamed. The dread Captain One-Yick Wet took notice. He showered me in brevets, gave me the best of catches, and scarcely a year after I left Sicavitar, I became his first mate. Shortly after my promotion, we were on our way to Manan to sell the carcass of a gooberfish. But, wham! Just as we dove out of hyperspace and the great ocean world streaked into view, so did she. The most glorious creature I'd ever beheld. A whale of marvelous proportion. But swimming through Manan's orbit like it was nothing but an easterly current back home. I was transfixed.
No kidding. How close did you get?
Funny you should ask. I didn't have long to set my eyes abulge before he crashed headlong into her. The grapnel bounced off her like chum off flotsam. We plummeted down to the ocean, sundering the grapnel on the sea floor, where a gang of pirate quarren were holed up. The filthy Zephyrs. We swam out to the riven hull and found ourselves surrounded by quarren, demanded all manner of things, including our bounty of fish. So, away we swam, Captain White, the crew, and myself. But, blind as we were at such depth, we shortly ran into a dead end, finding ourselves surrounded by quarren. Find me again, and I'll continue the tale.
So, Scuba, whatever happened with the pirates?
So there we were, 4 quarren, armed with spears, each way a mind to make a mantelpiece of my wee rubbery head. I looked over to me captain, and he stared right back, waving his arms like a goober fish in heat. At the harpoon I held in my hand. Oh, for a black instant, I considered nailing those pirate quarren to the rocks with my harpoon. But something stopped me from pulling the trigger. Perhaps it was the sparkle that caught my eye. The sparkle of a passing glumbrig eel. What would those pirates say to a whole school of glumbrig eels? A crackle and a sparkle as they be, thought I. So I opened my wee mouth and emitted the mating call of the eel.
You speak eel?
Aye, but I forgot to turn on me comm. We Scuba alone heard the cry. But that demented expression put such a fright on the quarren that it dropped the blasters. By the time they'd come to the senses, we were swimming away as fast as our flippers could carry us. It was only later, as we fled aboard the Zephyr's schooner, that I realized how close the real danger was. But I shall continue my tale next time. Where did we end? Ah, yes. The monstrous Captain Wet, his crew and myself fled aboard the pirate schooner of the filthy Zephyrs. Well, fast as the morning thaw, I could tell something was off. Wanyik, he wouldn't look me in the eye. Oh, what a dreadful stench was a brewing his rotten beard. An augur of fate most ill. Wanyik took the helm, and with landing claws away we flew to deep space, putting a few lifetimes between us and those pirates. We found ourselves afield of the Parlimean trade route. As soon as the captain took his hand off the yoke, he put it on his harpoon and gave me a look like a half-starved puka cat eyeing sprat. Scuba, snarled the vile captain. You've gone as soft as an oyster's navel. If I couldn't trust you to spare a quarren with your blaster in your mouth, how could I trust you to skewer the great goober fish? Aye, my hesitance to pull the trigger had me undone. In spite of my most rabid pleas, the captain jettisoned wee Scuba in an escape pod. The last thing I saw was his dread smile, crooked like a bayman's backbone. And so, my time aboard the grapnel met a briny end. Sitting alone in a pod, in deep space, with nothing but a tank of old cod and gash. I'll tell you more later, lad. The despair. Ugh, the stench. It's enough to set my stomach a churn to this very day.
So, Scuba, back to your story. Were you actually marooned in deep space by Captain Wet?
Aye, lad. There I sat, tummy a-rumble, gazing out at the void. My somber reflection staring back from the porthole. Was it hours? Years? Neither would faze me. But I do recall this. After a term most interminable, there she was, like a bowsprit cutting through a crest. A great space whale, still sporting the grapnel's imprint on her side, emerged from a parted void. Aye, even now it brings the salt to my eyes. Her great blubbery undulations tossed me pod through the stars like a goose-winged skiff. The stars swirled about like 100,000 fishes, until suddenly I saw a planet below. There my pod crashed, and there this marvelous creature from the depth of space. I tried searching for her. Alas, to no avail. She eluded me for years before I packed my satchel and headed home for Sakavi Tar. Most didn't believe what I'd seen. They say she was naught but the terminal spasm of a starving salt's brain. But I know what I saw, lad. I know what I saw. Of course, when I returned home, things were not as I remembered them. But that be a tale for another time. So, after years of searching for the great whale, I returned home to the frozen shores of Sakavi Tar, where my tale began. And this world on which I was weaned and warmed seemed but a moon to me careworn eyes. So small. I foot-slogged my way back to Undun's cave, but I found it empty, and somehow colder than I remembered. You know, lad, sometimes the truth brings peace, and sometimes it brings sadness. The fish is nae always what you thought it would be when it bit the line. I dragged myself out of that cave and back to my village. And what I discovered next sent a spar through me thrice-pickled belly. All me kith and kin, old and bairn, ravaged by famine and cold. For none other than Captain Wanyek Wet had been fishing in their waters, sparing what few fish remained and taking them off-world. And so it was that I found myself once again in search of the dread captain and his crew. Not just for my own justice, but to liberate my very home. When we next speak, I'll tell you what became of my crusade. Aye, our story nears its end. I discovered that Captain Whit was plundering my very home seas for exotic fish, and in the process, starving the old tars who raised me from a wee yoke. I spent many months in search of them. At long last, I discovered them on the salted shores of the third moon of Antine. I hied to Antine and tracked me foe to the Garacus Trench, a fissure sliced clean through the moon's heart. There, amongst the brine and black, I found him. Wanyek Whit and his vile crew, surrounded by glumbering eels, spearing them with their harpoons. "Captain," I cried, "you've broken your promise never to harvest the seas of Sakavi Tar." And I said, "Your command be forfeit if you dinna forswear my home waters." Oh, I'll scarce forget the snarl he issued as he turned to me, slow as a frozen reef, regarding me after years of thinking me dead. "This," he growled, "is why you dinna toss the fish back into the sea." Before I could shake my flippers, the barb of his harpoon spun through the deep, and its hook pierced me in the chest. My juices filled the water, and as my vision grew dark, I espied Wanyek, smiling sharp as a fang.
That's horrible, Scuva.
I told you, lad, that mine be a dark tale. I'll tell you more when next we meet. So there I was, deep in the Garacus Trench, Wanyek's harpoon drilled through me paunch, watching the lights fade from my own eyes. The dread captain peeled his whiskers from his teeth and grinned a most ghastly grin. When suddenly, I saw the glumbering eels a-swirl. It seemed that, in the midst of my distraction, they'd taken flight. It dawned on me. I recalled to me mind the great meeting call of the eels, my last hope. So, rousing my final gasp of air, I sounded their shrill cry.
What happened?
Well, lad, I'll tell you. The eels swarmed in an electric blaze. The dread crew scattered, and Wanyek, that damned Wanyek, that dread captain, was cooked like an evening quillfish. As the eels smote him into the deep, I felt consciousness run out of my ears. Darkness fell upon me. When I awoke, well, find me again, and I'll conclude my tale. When I awoke from my last duel with Wanyek, it was on the deck of a fishing schooner. It seemed my speared carcass had bobbed to the surface and been caught by a local fisher.
What about Captain Wet? Did he survive?
If that sack of seared slime yet plagues the galaxy, I've nae heard stem the stern of him, nor of his crew. Perhaps more importantly, the ordeal awoke me to the truth. I had no desire to spear fish, nor fisher. I had no desire to cross harpoons with dread captains, or to skewer the deadliest fish. In the hurly-burly of it all, I lost sight of myself. The fisherwoman who caught me, she knew of a nearby world with a great multitude of fishes. Kobo. So to Kobo did I go. And since, I've realized why I like to fish.
Why's that?
Because I like fish, Cal. I like shiny fish. I like big fish and small fish. I like fish with eyes splayed wide and fish with eyes pointed straight. I even like fish with no eyes at all. And I like seeing the face on lubbers like you when they realize just how many kinds of fish there are in this galaxy. Well, that be my tale, Cal. Perhaps it was no as gloomy as I kent.
You went through a lot. I'm glad you're okay, Scuba.
Oh, thank you, lad.
Thank you. You've given me a lot to think about.
Aye, lad. Go ahead and ponder. But don't ponder your years down the river. There's always another fish. Lad, you're all right. Oh, what a burden off our wee shoulders.
Were you worried?
Well, I just had the most loathsome encounter with one of those battle droids. I wanted they might have found you too.
What happened?
The metal beast told me to present my tribute to the Bedlam leaders. Woe betide any lubber who dares to steal a fish from Scuba's staff.
Did you get into a fight with a battle droid?
No, they took leave of me spot. Perhaps they were frightened by my crude gestures, eh?
I'm glad you're okay, Scuba.
Keep an eye out, Cal. There'll be strange folk in these waters. Oh, lad, I've a powerful itch on my back. If only it weren't covered by my suit.
You could take off your suit.
Oh, thinks he's clever. Well, lad, what if I wanted to go swimming? Then what would I do with no suit?
You could put it back on?
Nobody likes a know-it-all, lad. Oh, and some advice, lad. If you're planning to scale the mountain, you'll need to keep a strong grip.
I guess the lift doesn't work from here.
Sadie! The weak fall or the weak die?
A newcomer. Who are you?
I'm Cal. This is BD-1.
Are you here to rescue us?
We were just exploring. How long you been here?
We have been trapped down here for at least a standard cycle. Maybe more.
We?
Ah, yes. It is just me. And has been for some time. But you have cleared the way. Are the raiders gone then?
We took care of them. Maybe you should leave before more come.
Yes. I will return to the outpost at Rambler's Reach. We had a domicile there. I hope to see you again. I will leave for Rambler's Reach soon. But first, I must gather my thoughts. The outpost, yes. I wonder how much of our old home remains.
Ugh. The smell down here is potent. Off we go.
So you're a Jedi? Don't think so!
Get back and die! Damn you! I die, you die, we die! Good riddance! Not done yet. I'll hunt you down.
There you are. Oh, now that saber I like. Smooth.
Got one. Get it. Time's up. That's my day to die. Have a go. Have this. Barely got me. Going to make you bleed. Fun's all that. Keep trying. Start with the steams. One more to go, Sean.
Come on in, grab a spot at the bar.
Do you ever miss the glory days, Cal? The cut and thrust, the rough and tumble, the
That sounds like every day. Not that it's glorious.
Well, I certainly had some glorious years. I'm sure I never told you about the incident over at Munilinst.
Don't think you did.
I was personally escorting a shipment of, let's call it a sensitive luxury product. Unfortunately, we were accosted by a customs longship. The fence had failed to update our transponder codes and our vessel was marked. Well, push comes to shove, and we were boarded. I've got 3 customs officers waving blasters under my nose, so what do? I throw on the waterworks. Oh, Cal, you cannot imagine. I'm swearing up and down about everything from past marriages to lower back pain. Almost work, too. But one pesky officer decided to kick open a shipping container full of slightly incriminating powder.
Guess the jig was up.
Cal, you're looking at a professional. I told them that they were looking at the ashes of 1,000 ritually cremated Sereno war heroes. And by the stars, they bought it. The inspectors actually bought it. That, Cal, is why I'm here instead of rotting in a Munilinst work camp. Talk later,
What's your academy like?
Oh, amazing. Every building is partially suspended with repulsors. The campus looks like it's floating over the ground. It's magical.
That sounds like a hard place to leave behind.
It was, but things were changing. Looking down, you used to see nothing but nature. The ground is covered in ferrocrete now. All part of an Imperial control zone. We'll talk soon.
Barkeep.
What can I do for you?
Ever pick up any good tips from bartending?
For starters, every client has a tell.
What's my tell?
Well, if I told you, it wouldn't be a tell.
Fine. So what's your tell?
My incurable honesty.
It was good to see you.
Barkeep.
What can I get you?
How about putting a lock on the door so that slimy wretch won't wander back in?
Turgle? No can do. We need all the business we can get.
And how about paying off that brute and his gang so I can drink undisturbed?
Sorry, Big Wheel. We're not exactly flush with credits. And I don't think Ravis is on the take.
Figures.
Another drink it is. Busy keeping these customers in fine fettle, Cal.
Hey, glad you both found Pyloons all right.
Thanks again for the invite. Name's Ash Javi, by the way.
I'm Cal. This is BD1.
Man, you didn't tell me what a dive this place would be. This saloon has wonky acoustics, weirder customers, and a barely functional refresher. It's perfect.
Can't wait to hear what you've got. Pretty sure Grease's old jukebox predates the High Republic.
We got you, Cal. Hit up DDEC if you want to hear anything specific.
I will. Thanks.
Bit busy.
Let's see here.
Do you take requests, Ash?
You can try.
Great. Do you know about Anselmi throat intonations?
Oh, deep cut. Aren't those only performed underwater?
Exactly! I was reading that they use the low-frequency band as a carrier wave for deep-sea telemetry. Can you imagine? We could try to decode it in atmosphere.
I'm gonna be straight with you, Toa. Folks here are not gonna appreciate that.
Oh.
But hit me up if you have other suggestions, yeah?
Great. Yeah, I will hit you up.
Hey there.
Glad you came around to it.
Didn't he make a fetching first impression? Have a mind to give it a third scrubbing. Cleaning the filter, you'd think someone tried to crab a moth through a sieve.
Oh, can't unhear that. So you said you came here after a heist, huh?
That's right. I was once the most infamous outlaw in the Outer Rim.
Really?
Oh, yeah. They call me the Prince of Pilfering, the Mayor of Misdemeanors, the Sultan of Stealth.
If you're so notorious, how'd you get here undetected?
I snuck into a shipping crate and lived in a aforementioned crate for a long time. A very long time. When Doma unpacked me, she thought I was trash.
Good thing she didn't throw you out.
Oh, but she did. We still laugh about it. Hiya.
Welcome, welcome! Why not step up and try your hand at Holotactics, the game of sages and warriors alike? Ah, our savior returns. Let me make a proper introduction. I am Bima Ook, and this is my associate, Tully Moo.
As you can see, we have set up a game of Holotactics here in Pyloon Saloon.
I'm Cal. Glad you made it back safe.
I'd say the same to you, but it seems there is no doubt that you can handle yourself.
I see you have a companion droid. They can add to your Holotactics deck by scanning combatants.
Got it. The more scans BD collects, the more options I'll have in the game.
Exactly. Of course, there is nothing stopping you from playing right now. Back for your next challenge?
Okay. You'll never beat me.
Go! Now that's a holo kill! Cal will be looking to repeat that performance next round! Let the battle begin! And it's a corner! Oh, it never stood a chance! That unit is toast! We have our winner! Spectacular plays by Cal!
Oh no, my high score!
So, you think you can take on old Grease?
Holotactics! That's a score for Cal! And it's off the board!
Fortune smiles on you.
Combat! Things are looking good for Cal! An expert play by Kestis! Oh, so long, farewell! And Cal comes out on top! He's advancing! Commence! Obliterated! And it's off the board! Now that's a hollow kill! That unit is toast!
Brilliant gambit.
Come on, double or nothing?
This will be a true contest of minds.
Advance! Oh, so long, farewell! And it's a goner! And it's off the board!
Well done. Your strategy proved superior.
Let the battle begin! Obliterated! That unit is toast! Now that's a hollow kill!
Masterfully played.
Go! And it's a goner! And it's off the board! Kestis has got to be contemplating his choices after that!
I foresaw this victory. This will be a true contest of minds.
Commence! And Cal takes one out! Now that's a hollow kill! Obliterated!
I foresaw this victory. This will be a true contest of minds.
a chance!
Fortune is a fickle mistress.
I foresaw this victory.
Hollow tactics! Obliterated! Now that's a hollow kill! And it's off the board!
I foresaw this victory. This will be a true contest of minds.
Combat! That unit is toast! And it's a corner! Cal can't be happy with that round!
I foresaw this victory. This will be a true contest of minds.
Let the battle begin! Oh, so long farewell! Oh, it never stood a chance! And it's off the board! That unit is toast!
I foresaw this victory. This will be a true contest of minds.
Combat! Obliterated! Now that's a hollow kill! That's the round to Cal Kestis! Hollow tactics! That unit is toast! And it's off the board! Tough break, Cal! Very tough break!
I foresaw this victory. This will be a true contest of minds.
Advance! Obliterated! And it's a corner!
Outstanding.
Go! And it's off the board! A great hit by Cal! Our young competitor is on a roll! A well-played round by Cal Kestis! Love to see it! the battle begin! Oh, it never stood a chance! Oh, so long, farewell! Now that's a hollow kill! And it's off the board!
He wins again.
It seems I am lacking in clear strategy.
So long for now. I've got opponents waiting for you when you return.
Say, Cal, would you like to buy my guide to Kobo?
Not really.
Good, because I haven't written it yet. But if you want to know something, I have all sorts of tips for Kobo visitors.
Like what?
Give information out for free? Come on, Cal. A frog's gotta make a living. I'm really busy, Cal. Maybe later.
Coward!
Hey, Scuba. How's the water?
Ah, fine. I just wanted to thank you for lending me your tank. Plenty more space for plenty more fishes, though. Let's keep them all spinning, eh?
Come on in, grab a spot at the bar.
What skills do you need to be a good bartender?
Oh, the usual. Multitasking, a good memory, the gift of the gab, not to mention the mixology itself. You see, the better the drinks, the happier the clientele, which means, of course, the more they talk. And the more they talk, the more I learn about what makes them tick.
Sounds a little...
manipulative, I suppose. But I'm only picking up what they're freely putting down.
Barkeep.
What can I do for you?
See you later, Monk.
Great to see you.
So how'd you become a music producer?
I was born on Ryosa, in the Inner Rim.
I've heard of it. Lots of heavy industry.
Yeah, you couldn't escape the factories. So I used to make little tunes out of the noise from them in my head.
You started early then.
And never stopped. Enjoy the tunes.
This place is starting to fill up, Cal. Guess the word is out.
It's looking pretty good.
Seeing this place start to get its legs feels like the start of something historic. What if, centuries from now, there's a city here? Even Aldera was just a lumber colony once.
Doma better start investing in urban planning.
True. Turgle told me he named a road after his foot. Hey.
Seeing these battle droids about takes one back, doesn't it?
Maybe a bit.
Oh, the Clone Wars. Those were the good years.
I've never heard anyone say that before, Moran.
Oh, sure. A separatist secession backed by tax-loathing free marketeers begins. Just as I'm establishing a profitable extrajudicial shipping operation. They paired like wine and flatcakes.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Apologies, I'm being insensitive. You probably fought in the Clone Wars as a child soldier, right?
No, not exactly.
Well, I suppose it's all over now, one way or another. See you around, Cal.